you know, I know do lots of different zoning things, and the thing is that what's interesting is in zoning and liquor, a lot of the issues, I mean, they're really tied to the same thing. So sometimes you find out whether you get your liquor license, and you know you can't go on without going through zoning. So, and they're going to be the same questions. You know, what are your hours? You know, what are you going to do to control serving underage? What are you going to do to keep people from congregating outside or causing problems, and trash and debris? Those are like the community concerns, which are real concerns. They come up in both places, you know. So we often just say, you know, I've had it where the liquor attorney will just say, "I'll wait. You're going to deal with the same issues," and that information will go into the zoning process, you know, into the zoning pipeline as well. I'm not. Do you want to call on people, or do you want me to call on people? Oh, okay. Can I call on her first? She hasn't gone yet.
I want to know how much liquor we gonna sell on the avenue, because you got a lot of bars on the avenue. Then you got restaurants selling liquor. I mean, it's just a whole lot of them. I have a business on Frankfurt Avenue. There's nothing but bars, and then you got restaurants selling. They got the store. I mean, I don't understand. How many bars? How much liquor do you need on the avenue?
Well, like I said, I mean, I think there's a few things. You know, you can look at that in a variety, two different ways. And once again, I had dealt with that in the past with the nuisance bar task force. Is that on one hand, well, first of all, like I said, Harry's only talking about, he only really expects to serve his existing customers. There's enough.
He can't say it's a limit. Okay, I'm gonna serve you.
No, I understand. But what I'm saying is that whether it's the hours of operation or whether it's, you know, this is a convenience store. This isn't. I mean, it's still a convenience store with sit down. It's not like a bar environment. He's not expecting to take bar customers away. He's really just expecting to serve his own customers.
How you gonna stop it? How you gonna?
No, it's not that you're going to stop it. I think it's just natural that that's pretty much what's going to happen. The other thing is, you know, there's obviously other places to serve on Frankfurt Avenue. Like, it's like if people want it, they're going to go there. They're going to go to a place where they probably, like, there's no bartender here. There's no Quizzo here. There's no karaoke here. It's not like any of that type of stuff.
It's not there yet.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's not what we.
It seems like to me it's about money, because he's already making money there without the liquor. So why bring on the liquor because he makes more money?
Well, I think that there's. I mean, I obviously think that there's something there. He's running a business, and he would like to make more money. I don't know that Harry's rolling in the diamond.
I'm not going to just make more money, because with that liquor comes problem. When people start drinking and drinking too much, he's not going to be there all the time to watch people. Okay, you only allows a limit on how much you can drink. We have enough of that with a bar. What's a bar right across the street from where
I know that. And I think the idea with that is that I think bar environments, having worked in them myself for many years through school, there's a certain environment that, you know, caters or makes that more conducive, shall I say, for people to go in there. You know, it's dark. You know, there aren't a lot of windows. They're in the back. They go in the. I understand, but that's not what this. That's not what this is. This is open glass. This is an open window.
That's one of the sketchiest corners on Frankfurt Avenue.
Quickiemart's always lit up at night. I honestly think it would be convenient. I live right around the corner. I don't like to.
Some people don't want to go into a bar.
Sometimes and have a couple beers, but I don't because of the bars on Frankfurt Ave. I think it would be cool. I could go into the Quickiemartbeer, grab a 6-pack, and go right on.
But there are other takeout beer spots on the avenue you can go to and take it.
Yeah, but I feel kind of weird though. Yeah, you know, going up onto the Ave, to where I live on that opposite side.
Most of the bars at like
I'm just trying, you know.
Most of the bars on Frankfurt Avenue will not have takeout.
You're not allowed to. He's not here. You're not allowed to. You're not. He's absolutely right about that.
Most of the bars will not have takeout.
Unity in Frankfurt Avenue has takeout. It's directly
he's not here. You're not allowed to.
Convenient.
You're not allowed to take out.
No, they don't. They don't have takeout.
I don't think he's looking. Listen, he's somebody that gives in the community. He's not looking. He's been there for over 10 years. He's not looking to create any problems. I think it's a different type. I think it's a different type of clientele. Like I said, it's somebody that's going.
Clientele. You're in the same neighborhood. What are you talking about? A different type of clientele?
Some people, because there's a difference between somebody that goes into a grocery store, convenience store to buy their beer, and somebody that goes into a bar and after they've had a bunch and thinks to go home.
Here's another question also. He says on there malt liquor. We're going for the proposal.
You can't even say. Somebody just got beat up there, right?
He got beat to death with a baseball bat behind a Quickie Mart just a week ago.
That's where
That's
you
safe.
said
It's
Frankfurt
safe
needs a
there.
lot of safety.
It's not safe
Nothing's
there.
100% safe.
100%
Well, would I
beating
feel
a hand
better
with a
going
baseball
there?
bat to
Yeah.
death.
We live right down the block from.
I listen to that.
Well,
But
let's put it
that's-
no 40s.
Don't be
What's that?
6-pack over.
This gentleman didn't have
Honestly,
this.
but that's just as legitimate as what you're saying.
We're angry. We're angry. We're angry. We're frustrated.
No.
They don't have to. I mean, like
It
I
says
said,
on
the
the sign,
yeah,
sandwich,
see,
hoagies, beer,
sit on the floor.
but there's no sandwich, there's no hoagies, but it is beer.
Well, he's keeping his same, the same food operation, same menu. I meant to bring the menus with me. I forgot to bring the menus with me. It's an extensive menu, and there will be seating. This floor plan will be submitted to the zoning board, and they will see it. And that will be part of what he's doing. Once again, interior renovations here, and then the facade renovations ultimately. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make a distinction that what we're saying is we don't have anything necessarily against Mr. Patel or what he's trying to do or what his intentions are. I don't think that's what everyone's fear is. It's what everyone's fear it will become, because I don't think any business owner goes into starting a business with the intention of it being a nuisance bar, with the intentions of anyone getting killed outside the bar, of investing your money into a sit-down restaurant where nobody will come in and sit down. I think what we're trying to say is that's the nature of the neighborhood. This isn't your take-out beer, sit-down place like the one at 40th and Spruce at UPenn, where people actually go in and sit down and eat and have a take-out beer. And it's safe, you go outside, there's cops on the corner. That's not Frankfurt and Unity. Frankfurt and Unity is not, I heard you say that, they're in your neighborhood, they're downtown. I don't know if you're from Philadelphia, but there's a big difference between Frankfurt and downtown.
No, I know.
There's a big difference
I've been here
between
for 25 years. I'm not from here,
and
but I've been
Frankfurt
here
and
for
Unity.
25
So
years.
I just want to make it clear that these aren't shots at Mr. Patel
I
or
understand.
necessarily what
They're
his
real
intentions
concerns.
are.
Yeah.
They're real
I
concerns
understand.
about what the neighborhood has been experiencing.
And I'm not, and I just want to be clear, like, it's not my style. Like I said, they come in here and steamroll. I want to listen. I think those are all valid concerns. I personally think that, like I said, having worked in bars all through school and even afterwards to pay student loans and what have you, that, there's a difference between a bar where their main thing is selling liquor. That's how they're making their money. They may have hot dogs on a little roller in the back or pretzels or something like that, so they're complying with whatever the LCB requirements are regarding food, but they're not about the food. And it's also set up for, there's a bar, and there are tables, and there's dartboards, and there's all this, and there's that. This is, and I know what you're saying is, as far as what this could become, the thing is that this is what's being submitted to LNI. I think that if in the future this turns into a full-blown type of bar, I think you would have standing to go and challenge that what was represented was a convenience store with takeout beer with 30 seats, not what's become a bar.
I think you keep misconstruing my argument. My argument is not that it's going to be turned into a bar. I don't think that Mr. Patel is going to invest in the seats and then turn it into a bar. I'm telling you that because it's a takeout beer joint and you can go on Frankfurt Avenue, and you tell me if you would like to sit down and have lunch at any of those takeout beer spots. You wouldn't.
None of those.
And you wouldn't find anybody in any of those spots having a sit-down lunch.
But I'm hoping I'm thinking at
At
Harry's.
Frankfurt and Unity,
No.
that's not the type of corner where you go to have a sit-down lunch.
I mean, Harry's investing in that. I don't know. I guess he thinks that people will sit down. I mean,
So,
yeah.
is it a possibility after you guys do the study to find out how many takeout
Takeouts.
joints? Is it fair to say if it comes back that it's more than enough takeout joints within a half a mile, Mr. Patel is willing to withdraw his request? That's fair from the community acts. If it's a need, by all means. But if it's not a need, then we have to question the integrity of why we're doing this. Because if we're only doing it to add more money to Mr. Patel's business, and what is the cost to the community? Like, what is it going to cost us to have another location where we're going to have folks who's going to lauder outside, who's going to congregate, drink a beer. Not only do you have a beer takeout, you have a wine and spirits, and you have a bank.
2 doors down.
So you put it together,
Somebody
and
get shot.
you figure out how that's going to end
MTA.
eventually.
I think, listen, and I'm not,
You act like
I understand.
not selling beer is making some kind of dramatic.
What I'm saying is a less likelihood if you eliminate one negative, you potentially can get a positive. But if you add another negative, I can guarantee you ain't a positive coming out of it.
Well, I think there's
none.
There's a few things.
Even if it's from a quality of life standpoint, and even from a facade or aesthetic standpoint, if I bought a home within a few blocks from Mr. Patel's Quickiemart, right? And you start selling beer, you're going to have congregation of folks. Right. And they're going to probably drink their beer as they walk home. You might crack one. When you're done, you're probably going to throw it on my step. Or, you know, whatever. Right. So it's definitely going to be some residual things coming out from having another takeout. And we witness it on where I live at currently now is right around the corner from Margaret on
What I'm saying is the same. This man got surveillance, and you can't even walk around the back of his building.
You said what about surveillance?
Didn't they use your surveillance?
So the guy that got
they used his surveillance. Did they use your surveillance on that or something?
No, I don't think. I'm going to ask the young lady if you don't mind. I don't know. Last time you also came out heavy enforcement against me, but when you say beat down behind the Quickiemartbeer,
that's where you got
the evidence. You have evidence. I have a camera system.
We got it on Philly.com.
Evidence, it was all in the news.
Yeah.
You think I'm making a story
not
up?
behind the Quickiemartbeer.
Was I the only person that heard about the guy who got killed? I'm not making it up.
Behind the other red mark that just moved in.
But not his.
Up at church.
What I'm saying is I'm making a generalization about the area. It was on Unity Street. It was on Unity Street. I'm not saying that the Quickiemart.
You just made a comment behind.
I'm talking about the area. It was on the side of your store. I'm sorry. It was on Unity Street. I apologize. It was on the side of the store. It was.
That is you. You're Unity and Frankfurt Avenue.
I won't comment.
Can I comment on? Okay.
This is what I'll do. I'll pull up the article and I'll put that
I don't believe the article. I know we have cameras and we can give you last 30 days video. We can look at all day long.
Because I do this, and people will come in and they say, you know, we have enough sneaker stores. We don't need a Foot Locker. They can say, we don't need another hair braiding salon. We've got enough. They can say, you know, whatever. We have enough daycares. We don't need another. We don't need people coming up and blocking, you know, double parking and letting kids on and off, you know, blocking the traffic. The thing is, and when it comes to beer, I mean, well, you can look at that two ways. One is let the best one survive. People may say, get pissed at the one where they're double parking to let the kids off and go to the ones where they have parking because people aren't getting pissed off. So we're in America, competition, free market, let that reign and let the one that's running the best place win. But the thing is, when you talk about the number of places, and I actually was talking to Pete about this on the phone the other day, because I asked him, you know, we were talking about the other, you know, was it Quinn's across the street? And I don't have my notes with me from our telephone conversation, but there's a bunch. I could see there being more of a concern if there wasn't any other takeout anywhere in the area. Because then that people, right now, let's say the nearest, let's say the nearest takeout was 6 blocks away. Some people might say, I'm not going to walk 6 blocks. It's like, you know, it's too far to go. It's something like that. Right now, people that want it, you know, we're going to use that phrase. People that want it are going to get it. We're not going to increase the number of people because of Harry's serving it. The people that want it are going to get it. It's not making it any easier. In fact, he's not serving. He's serving not as early. He's serving not as late. So, well, I think it is important to keep in mind is that we're not. You say you kind of add like we're going to add one and we're going to make that much more of a problem. I don't know. I don't believe that to necessarily be the case because I find in these situations where there's this much concentration and it's this type of scenario, there is a point where if people are coming from outside the area, let's say Old City for instance, Old City they've had a real problem because as they became more and more popular, more bars, it wasn't, you know, you only had so many people there to go out, but it was the influx of people from outside of the area that really kind of killed Old City and created all the problems that ended up happening there and really were bad for the neighborhood and that they're trying to get under control. I don't see people coming from outside of the area to come because now they can get it at a convenience store at less convenient hours than they can get it at the bar across the street. I understand your concerns. I could turn out to be completely wrong, but I think there's some logic to what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, just to follow up on this last one, I mean, this is all the same question.
Yeah.
I own property in Frankfurt, right? What's going to happen to my property value when you add another takeout?
I don't believe it's going to have any effect at all.
Do you not believe that?
I do not believe so. I mean,
I just,
sure.